Man, look at all that eye candy. Whew, that is pretty, isn't it? So, yes, this is the Sccy review. I'm finally getting to it. I apologize. It's been a long time in the making, and I know I said I was going to have this up a long time ago, but I actually filmed it. I filmed a 40-minute review, and whenever I got done with it, I wasn't happy with it. I realized there were still gaps in my knowledge on this firearm, and I wasn't happy with the way the review went. And so I realized I hadn't been carrying it. I wasn't comfortable with it yet. I didn't know what it was like to carry it all day, every day. There was just some gaps that we're going to talk about here in this actual review. Now, yes, I do have a lot of fluff on the table just to show you kind of the size comparisons of what's going on. And that's not going to be, don't think that's what's going on. I'm not going to compare all these firearms and drag you through that. I just wanted to show you the difference and kind of where it fits. The beautiful Sccy got in the top left the CZ52. That's what I would consider a large auto. Has a 5-inch barrel on it. That's a pretty big gun. The Springfield service model, which has your 4-inch barrel. The XDS, which we will leave it up on the table for comparison, which has the 3.3, and the Sccy CPX2, which is billed as a 3-inch barrel. And so it just lets you know where they stand in the spectrum. You have single stack, double stack, single stack, double stack, but that's not really what I'm comparing today. I'm not going to get a whole lot into the philosophy of this gun or why you have to carry it or why you shouldn't. I'm basically just going to tell you my opinion and what I found over the past 2 months of testing. So let's get right into it. I'm going to move these two off of the table. Well, I'm not going to move them off the table, but I'm going to get them up out of the sight. And most of the way out of the picture. Now, I am sick, guys, so I do have some Gatorade, Powerade, whatever here in the corner. And I do have my notes over here in the corner because I'm still learning things as I go. So if you hear the pen clicking, that's me jotting down notes. That's what's going on. Nothing too outrageous today. So let's just get into it. I purchased this gun quite a while ago now, with the hopes that we were going to use it in our subcompact shoot. And it didn't happen. In fact, it was going to run directly up against the XDS, which is a freaking awesome pistol, and it is still my everyday carry, and that's the reason you guys don't see it very often. And yes, I am still rocking the G-Shock. Everyone likes the G-Shocks. They're an awesome little watch. The reason a lot of people are like, man, you don't even have an XDS. Yeah, I do. In fact, I have 2 of them. It's just they're constant duty pistols. I never take them out of the lineup. I don't like having them up on the table. This isn't their place. In fact, this one, while I don't have one in the chamber, you can see, is loaded to go. I got hollow points in her, and get over it. I'm not going to take that out of there. It's still a duty pistol. But this is about the Sccy. I bought it 2 months ago. It didn't start out well with me in Sccy Industries. Sccy Industries and myself. We got off to pretty bad terms. If you've watched some of my other videos on this, you will know that whenever I got it, it came without the ejector. And that was kind of a bummer for me because I was really hoping to get this started. And because it didn't come, yes, this one's loaded too. Again, get over it. And because it did not come with that, I had to postpone the shooting that we were doing, and it ended up not happening. And so we're hoping to reschedule. But that was my first introduction to Sccy after 3 years. And what's funny is, it happened on the first Sccy that was purchased. And so it really burned me out. And so that kind of put a chip on my shoulder. But I went through, I tested it, and I didn't let that form my opinion. I didn't let that mold my opinion for my final opinion. Yeah, it made me angry while I was filming, but that's not all there is to it. we started testing this, and I can honestly say it is thoroughly tested now. And whenever I say it is thoroughly tested, trust me, dudes, it's thoroughly tested. It's finally getting some wear on it. We started just by shooting it. Cheap full metal jacket ammo, anything that I could find. We put 500 rounds through it in the first 2 weeks of testing, and it did great with full metal jacket. This is an extremely, extremely light gun. I think it's an excellent weight. In fact, just to let you know what we're looking at here, the Sccy comes in at 15 ounces dry. 15 ounces dry. That is incredible for any caliber of fire or any handgun, whether it's a pocket pistol or whatever. It's very, very light. Whenever you compare it with the XDS, now this is the 45 ACP that I have setting up here. The 9mm is already pulling duty, and I didn't want to pull it out of duty. So I have the 45 laying up here. The 45 ACP comes in at 21.5 ounces. That is a single stack gun, substantially heavier than the Sccy. The 9mm is an ounce and a half heavier than the Sccy, or than the XDS and 45, because the barrel is thicker on it. Let me take a drink here. And so that always blows people away. I mean, that is not insubstantial. That is something that you definitely have to look at. Now, I know I promised that I was going to have the Kel-Tec P11 up here, and I went to go look for it, and my friend goes, well, you sold that to me 2 months ago, so I don't know how you're going to have it up there. So, I'm sorry, I decided to throw the XDS up here for comparison. I apologize. I kind of failed on that one. Getting back to what we're trying to say here is that this gun has many, many ups and it has many, many downs. Again, weight is amazing. You get a nice 10 round capacity. I think that's awesome. Steel magazine, got the tab, release tab on the bottom, slide it out, spring and follower come out. And so you get 10 rounds, which is, again, good enough. That's more than you expect. You get really good reliability with full metal jacket. You get what seems to be a durable pistol so far. Fit and finish is pretty nice. The finish itself seems to be very nice. I do have one scratch in it now. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think you can. But I have been wearing this constantly for the past 2 weeks now. And I've been carrying it inside the waistband. I've been carrying it on a belt holster. And at some point it was rubbing up against my belt buckle, or the clasp on my belt. And it started to rub a hole through it, the finish. So I did get a little bit of scrape and scratch on it, but it's not showing holster wear, which is really nice. I like that finish, whatever they used. I don't know how durable it will be in the long run, because you can feel the CNC marks on it. But so far, finish is great on it. Obviously, it does have some good things. You get beautiful sights on this thing. I mean, just easy to see down. They're bright. Again, we're 1,500 rounds into it, and you can see it's clean. They stay clean, which I cannot say about the Springfields. And so, we got good magazine capacity, good reliability, good finish, good sights, nice big protruding slide release, which some people like, some people don't. I don't have an opinion either way on it. I think it just works. I'm actually going to slide the camera over just a bit. Maybe. There we go. And so some people like it, some people don't. I do. It's easy to get a purchase on. Whenever you're dropping the slide, it feels good. Now, I'm left-handed, so I have a habit of just hitting it with my index finger. I'll set here and I'll just pull that index finger back and go back to shooting. there's a lot of stuff I don't like about it. And I know people are gonna frickin' give me hell for it, but there's just a lot of stuff that I'm not happy with on this firearm. The number one thing that to this day I don't like is gonna be the trigger. I don't like it. I don't. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm gonna show you. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Maybe. Eh, eh. Okay, that's where it breaks, which is literally all the way back. And here's your reset. Oh, right there. Oh, okay. So that's all the more travel before the reset. And then, sorry, hang on. Whew, finger cramped up there. It's a very heavy trigger. It is double action only. It's got the rolling block hammer in the back that you can see. And I'm not a huge fan. It's effective. It works. It's not what I like. I like my striker fired pistols. I like real hammer fired pistols. And so it's functional, but it's a complaint. Another thing I don't like, these finger grooves. Guys, they're in the wrong place. I would appreciate it if maybe you just get that tilted a little bit. There we go. I would appreciate it if maybe you guys just didn't even put that crap on there. Honestly. It pinches my finger in there. It's uncomfortable to shoot. Whenever the muzzle comes up, it slams back down. I have a callus on my middle finger from it actually hitting me over and over and over and over. It's just not functional. And because it's so light, the recoil is substantial. It's not underwhelming. Trust me, you know it's a light gun whenever you shoot it. And I know what you guys are saying. Hey, Barnell, put the magazine extension on. Okay. Got a problem with that, dudes. So where do I put my pinky? Do I put it under or on the lip here? Because guess what? It doesn't fit my hand worth a damn. Look, that's fat hanging off the edge there. That's my fat little pinky hanging off the edge. Again, it's a personal thing. If you have smaller hands, it's functional. It works. Don't think I'm being too harsh on it. I don't like it. I prefer the Kel-Tec P11. That's actually apparently the one that I thought I still had, but apparently I don't. I must not have liked it that much. I don't have a use for finger grooves. I think they're tacky. I think they're a gimmick. If they were molded to fit my hand, perhaps. I'm going to take another drink here, guys. Sorry. I just don't think there's a lot of reason for it. Now, the upside that I maybe didn't mention, that it's because I really don't consider an upside, is its price. $250 to $300 walk-in. Now, you can find them on sale for cheaper than that. I'm not saying that's the only price, but expect to pay anywhere from $250 to $300 for this gun, depending on what finish you get it in. It's acceptable. The problem is at that price, it has to compete with the High Point, and the High Point is, again, much, much cheaper. It's far and away less expensive. For what you get with this gun, it's basically the basic, most generic one you can get. High Point usually runs $150 for the same thing. That's $100 cheaper. I know it's a bigger, bulkier gun, the C9, but it's not a bad gun. It functions reliably. It does the exact same thing as this. However, you can't exactly carry the High Point. I know people who do. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like that gun, more power to you. I wouldn't carry it. It's really large. This gun, however, is the perfect size. You'll notice. Ta-da! It's the exact same size as an XDS, which, if you know the XDS, it's an excellent firearm. It really is. I know you can hate on it all you want because it's a Springfield, but it's not a Springfield because it's a Croatian gun. And I mean, you can just hate if you want, and that's fine. You're allowed to. But at the end of the day, pretty darn good gun. And they're trying to compete again with that gun right there. And they're doing a pretty good job. They're selling a lot of them. I think there's room for improvement. I really do. I have shot and shot and shot and shot this gun, and I will tell you, there are three major things I would improve. Guess where I would start? That piece of garbage right there, that trigger. Come on, guys. Make it striker fired, mark it up another $50, and I'm still gonna buy it all day, every day. I'm putting the pressure on it. What I know normally would actuate the Springfield's trigger. Like normally this would set it off. I mean, you can look at that. Look at that. See that? That's muscles flexing. Not much, but that's just because I don't have much muscles. Like that's a heavy trigger. It's not pleasant. Go ahead and make it striker fired, and I think you would sell more of them. It'd be a much more pleasant gun to shoot. You could hit from longer distance. It's something that people would enjoy shooting, so they would take it out and they would shoot it. As it is, this was a bearcat of a review to get through. Just if you haven't watched the videos, please do. I'll put a link to the description or the playlist, and I'll put a link to the playlist in the description below. And that should get you guys on the right track so you know how much I shot this thing. Again, if you guys have any other questions at the end of this review, just send me an email, shoot me a text, or shoot me a reply, and let me know what you'd like to see. I'll have it for another week or so, and just say, hey, I felt like you didn't cover this. I may have video of it already. So, number one, fix the trigger. Number two, get rid of these stupid finger grooves. I hate them. They're garbage. They don't work. Number three, and now this one is probably going to seem like the most ticky-tacky thing to you guys. And I'm going to admit you're probably right. But it's two cosmetic changes. I would like to see a Picatinny rail, something that I could mount an optic to. And I would really like to see you guys get rid of the whatever piece of garbage that is on your back strap. I remember whenever the Sccy first came out and they said that was some sort of recoil cushion thing. BS. It's plastic and it houses the spring for the hammer. Come on, guys. Don't lie to us. It doesn't do anything. It's non-functioning. Get rid of it. It collects dirt is what it does. I still probably have dirt or mud in one of these from when I chunked this thing in the mud and disabled it and broke it. So, we've talked about the good. We've talked about the bad. Now let's step aside from the gun itself and talk about the company. Sccy Industries, American owned, American operated. They used to be part of Kel-Tec CNC. I like Sccy Industries. I like dealing with them. I felt they were a little unreasonable that they couldn't send me the ejector, that it had to go to an FFL, but they sent it. They got it to me. They were relatively easy to work with. And from other people's accounts, not just my account, their warranty is above par. This is a no questions, lifetime warranty. No questions asked, lifetime warranty. It transfers to each person who owns this firearm, and it is complete warranty up to free replacement. They will replace this if something happens to it, which I truly respect. I think that's phenomenal, guys. Well done. You won me over on with that one. I love that you're an American-owned company. I really appreciate that. I appreciate what you guys are doing for the Second Amendment. I appreciate how much work you guys have put into this firearm, but you're not there yet. There's just more room for improvement. There really is. And I know you guys know that. I think you guys are too much worried about looking like Kel-Tec. The fact is, you guys stole the design from Kel-Tec, is what it is. Most gun manufacturers steal designs from other manufacturers. How about Springfield with their frickin' trigger on the XDS? Springfield, why does your trigger now break and stay back? Hmm? 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 Why does it break and stay back? Huh? Feels a lot like a Glock safe action trigger, doesn't it? So everyone copies designs. That's okay. But you've got to get rid of the ergonomic flaws in this thing. I'm only 6 feet tall. I don't have giant hands, but if you look, they are big enough. Okay? They cover the gun. They cover most of the gun. But for any person who wanted to buy this that was over a certain size, it would be the most unpleasant, miserable thing to shoot. And it is. I can honestly say I don't enjoy shooting that gun at all. I will be happy to see it leave the project. I really will. And I feel bad for saying that because it's a good gun. It really is. But it has got to be one of the most miserable cusses to shoot. You just don't shoot it for fun. You shoot it for work, which is fine. It's good to train on it. But the more pleasant a gun is to shoot, the more you're going to shoot it. Period. Another thing I want to talk about is ammunition. Uh, so, yeah, crap. Let's just get into it. Uh, I got two hollow points sitting here on the table that I really like that worked, and they may shock you. One is the overpriced Federal Hydroshock, and one is the overpriced garbage Remington UMC bulk ammo. Now, I've heard other accounts of people who say, yes, this ammo works, or yes, this ammo works. Here's the two ammo that I tried that function 100% all the time. This isn't a negative, this isn't a positive. There was a lot of ammo it didn't like. It didn't like the Winchester White Box. It didn't like the Dynamic Research Technologies. It did not like the RIP ammo. It didn't like the Lehigh Defense, I think it was. I don't know. These are the two rounds that it ate 100% reliability. And if I have a gun that I'm carrying, it is going to be 100% reliable before I let it out. Period. So I would encourage you just to go shoot it. That's all I can really say. Just go out and shoot it. Just find, if you have this and you happen to see this review, find a hollow point that works first before you carry it. And that's actually why the review didn't go up, because I felt like I was not qualified to talk about carrying this pistol. My goodness, this is one of the most comfortable pistols to carry ever. It is absolutely, without this ridiculous freaking magazine in it, with that flush mag, that is a comfortable gun right there. This gun is absolutely worth carrying. And my opinion's changed because I said I wouldn't carry it. I said I wouldn't feel comfortable carrying it, and then it changed to, well, I'd feel comfortable carrying it, to, well, I carried it. And it's very comfortable. It's very light. It slips into most of the small or the medium auto holsters, and it's functional. It really is. I like it. There's just some things we need to change, Sccy. I've shot the living pea water out of this gun. And you guys have a product that works, but it's not one that's pleasant. It's not one that always works well. It just functions barely. And so I would like to just see improvements in the future. Call it the Sccy CPX-S for striker fired. That would save this gun's bacon. You get rid of that awful trigger, and you have a gun that you could be much more proud of. Now, this gun will always be your staple, I understand. But wouldn't you like to compete with someone else? Wouldn't you guys like to maybe take on the big dogs? You could. It's light. It's powerful. It's got a great magazine count. Great round count. It's got a relatively easy takedown. I just don't think you guys should give up yet. I think it's there. I think you guys are well on the way to being a well-refined company. And I appreciate the work that you guys put into this firearm. I really do. I know, again, I have this eye candy on the table. There's a reason. So, this is what I've been carrying with this firearm. And, of course, the G-Shock. I have a pocket dump every day, and you see what I'm carrying. It's kind of, I don't know, it's what I do for everyday tools. What I've been carrying with it was the CRKT Drifter, which is an excellent $20 knife. It just works. It's a very fast blade, as you can see. And the Streamlight Micro Stream, which is extremely bright. I believe it's right at 100 lumens. And the Sccy. And together, it's a lightweight package. You have a nice utility knife. You have a good solid flashlight. You got a good solid watch. And you got a good solid gun. It's awesome. I like this package. You don't notice that you have any of these things. There's something they all have in common. They're lightweight and they work. I'm really, really satisfied and dissatisfied with this gun. Taking another drink, damn it. Still burping. This gun lacks refinement. And that's it. That's all it lacks. It is almost there, but not quite, guys. You got a bit of a ways to go. It's 100% reliable with full metal jacket. It is not 100% reliable with hollow point. You need to get out, guys, and you need to shoot it. That's my best answer to any question is shoot this gun. In the gun shop, take it, get the idiot to unlock it because I don't know why they're locked in the first place. And say, hey, I need to try that trigger. If you need me to go off in my corner and try the trigger, I will. But try it before you buy it. And if you have a gun shop, local gun shop that has a range or that will let you test it before you buy it, do so. Because this gun needs to be handled before you make a final decision. I'm not going to go into details on it in terms of I'm not going to break it down for you. You know how to do it. It comes in the handbook. It tells you immediately how to do it. It's very fast. It's very easy. Just get out if you're thinking about purchasing this and shoot it. Normally, if it was a more expensive gun, I'd be like, well, okay, I'll go into depth on it. But the fact is, it's an affordable gun. And if you're looking at it, you probably already made up your mind. If not, get a couple others around this price and just go for it. In closing... because I've been rambling for 30 minutes now. In closing, guys, this is a competitor. It's, however, not replacing this yet. And there's a reason for that. You guys lack refinement. With more work, more time, more effort, I think you'll be there. If you guys ever get out a pistol that is an update, I will be the first to review it because I like what you do as a company. I like what you stand for. I really appreciate what you're doing right now. But for right now, I'm going to keep carrying the old Springfield because it's what I trust. It's a better gun. This is good. This is better. Thank you guys so much for coming along. This is the Barn Owl Project. We are still just getting warmed up. As always, root beer and cheese puff are still on me. Cheese puff. See, you only get one now. Root beer and cheese puffs are still on me, guys. Stay tuned. We have some more reviews coming up, which I know I said I wasn't going to do because now you know why. I'm not a reviewer. I'm terrible at it. But thank you guys so much for coming along. I will see you dudes in the next video. And God bless, little owlets. Bye-bye.